And we are back with more Elden Ring. Last time I left off, we've taken down Praetor Rykard, we've made some headway into the Forbidden Land of the Giants, or the Mountaintop of the Giants. And, yeah, so we've completed all of Volcano Manor's quest line, which is what resulted in us getting a, quick shortcut to Praetor Rykard himself. Now, that said, we have yet to still actually do the Volcano Manor dungeon, which I assume would be the more proper way, as it were, to actually go ahead and fight Rykard. So that is what we'll be focusing on today. I know I was debating on going back to the Three Fingers to see if I can't join them, but we are technically missing one member of Volcano Manor. Which, it's empty now. But yeah, I figure basically until we kind of maybe come across Snake Maid Girl, we'll hold off on aligning ourselves with the Three Fingers just for a tiny bit here. Because I'm curious if basically we find her in the Volcano Manor dungeon and get maybe closure there. And I don't know, in my head, joining the Three Fingers, it's kind of do we lose our eyes? Do we kind of freak people out? Tonic of Forgetfulness. Tonic that banishes distress and bitter memories. Tonic in a small brass vial banishes distress and bitter memories. A gift bestowed by Rykard, sworn to blasphemy, to Lady Tanith, who unfortunately had no use for it. My lord, there could be no greater distress than to forget you. Interesting. Also confirm, yep, looks like Patches has also hit the road. I wonder if we'll come across him again at all, or whether that's kind of it for him in the game. Oh, actually. Alright, we're going to quickly look around here, but I totally forgot there was one other thing I wanted to do at the beginning of today's recording, and that is we got some more death root last time, so we should try and go ahead and turn that in. Okay, not seeing Snake Maid yet. She's still just MIA. So, need to turn on the light here, because it is very, very dark. And no one here, but ooh, we can examine the sword. Sword of Bernal. We can learn skills from the sword. Interesting that they don't give you a bell bearing. Yep, we've already learned everything. And yeah, alright. It's all quiet in the manor. But okay. Let's, real quick, dive for something completely different. To the Bestial Sanctum. Let's feed our man some death root. I do wonder how much death root there is total in the game. I'm glad he's calm these days and not attacking us right away. Well, first we'll talk. Alright. Hand over death root.
I won't forget again. Mine appetite, my sin. I must have more. I must consume more.
Beast Claw Great Hammer. Interesting, so not a spell this time. Great Hammer with a striking end modeled to resemble 5 beastly claws. The black nails protruding from golden fur are said to represent Serosh, Lord of Beasts, who went on to become King Godfrey's regent. Unique skill, Regal Beast Claw. Slam the hammer to the ground, rendering the land asunder with the armament's 5 bestial claws. Neat. And alright, also while I'm here. Because we beat one on our way into the north, I do kind of wonder if we can beat up this one. What summon would I want to use? Kind of tempted to go with basically the Mimic Ashes. Could have sworn there was some plan I had in mind of being like, with this I can win, and I don't remember what it is. Because I am not seeing any go-to solution here. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I wanted to try out that heavy-duty spell that we got. Memorize spell. Alright. We're going to get rid of Blessing of the Erd Tree for right now. And because we know we don't need it, Lord's Aid. Although Shadowbait wasn't really that useful against that one guy. Yeah, maybe we should do that. But yeah, go ahead, basically put Elden Stars back on. Because we know we can get the high ground. It's usually just a bit hard to hit him, but maybe this will be, like, really good. Alright. Summon Mimicash. Then... Alright, where's my... Okay, good. I figure with a big guy like this, if the spell doesn't get value here, then it's never going to get value. That said, Mimic is taking a lot of damage here. There we go. Yeah, so with him down there, theoretically, like, it rains heavenly fire on him. For a whole... Alright, there we go. I mean, it's slowly getting the damage up. Stars everywhere. And just immediately hits into there. I wonder if it can, like, home in a bit after the fact? It's not looking like it. Alright, then it gets down. Thought that was gonna have a large shockwave. It's like right now doing it the old-fashioned way. Oof. Yeah, I gotta say, the stars were probably not as good as just maybe throwing dark fire at them. We could try Hal of Shabiri. Try and, like, maintain aggro when he's, like, stuck down below. Alright, memorize spells. Alright, get rid of that. Alright, first, re-equip Lord's Aid, since that's our anti-poison and other thing. Oh no, okay, we already had that. It was Shadowbait, and... oh yeah, Blessing of the Erd Tree that I swapped out. At least I'm pretty certain it was Blessing of the Erd Tree. I am sad it won't give me the description here. There we go. Yeah, gradually restoring a large amount of HP. Cool. And then... Death Blight build-up. I mean, now that we've actually, like, have an upgraded thing, we could try some of the, like, proper Fortisax abilities. Heck, I mean, even in theory, Death Lightning can be pretty good. Could even use regular Dragon Breath. Because, I mean, I imagine he doesn't get, Scarlet Rot, but, you know, Fire or Glintstone Breath, or even Ice Breath. So, I mean, I think I'd probably, like, replace one at a time. I'll try Glintstone Breath, and then... Yeah, you know what? We'll try the, Fortisax Lightning Spears again. Alright, back to magic. I think we can do this. Like, we're no longer in one-hit kill territory. This guy seems on par with the one that we fought outside the lift in the north, so... Ooh, yeah, we should probably grab runes first. Not as much as I would have liked. Oh, did not mean to do that. Whoa! I didn't expect it to actually, like, kind of, like, poke down there. But oh, my Mimic actually did a healing spell. I think that's kind of a first. Okay, I gotta try that again, because that was a bit... sudden, random death where I didn't even see the blade. Okay, first so... Then drink. Gotta say, the Glintstone Breath did pretty good damage. Get some space here. More mana. Better. Whoa! Was I not at full? It's doable. It's way more doable. We can do this. The one issue with the Dragon Breath stuff is that Dragon Head really does get in the way of basic vision, so it's just like a bit hard to tell what's coming at you when. Like my Mimic and me combined. I could just stop falling off from here. Alright, that's fine. There he is. It's like, wait till I get a bit closer. Took a lot of damage there. Huh, how can I get up? Wait, something I'm sure that the giant Black Knight Gargoyle sold himself many a times. Run, run, run! Alright, even if it charges me, he has to run through the fire. Enemy failed. Gargoyle's Black Blade and Gargoyle's Black Halberd. Bronze Greatsword, wielded by valiant gargoyles. Mend it with blackened corpse wax, deals holy damage, such as the mark of those who serve Malekith, the Black Blade. And essentially the same with the Black Halberd. Halberd, Black Scorp Wax, Malekith. But now the question is he okay with me having done that? With how much death we've given him, I assume yes. Yep. Okay. And I would say, like, now that he doesn't have a bodyguard anymore, in theory, someone might attack him. But so far, the only assassins are Black Knife assassins, and so it's like, you know, I think they would have been able to get past a gargoyle of their own make, I would figure. Alright, go ahead and rest here real quick, double check to make sure there's no talking to. And we can swap out this for the Rotten Breath again. And yeah, don't need Fortisak's Lightning Spear. What else would it potentially want in its place? And like, in theory, Flame of Frenzy could be pretty good. In theory. Oh yeah, oh, but this is a sorcery, so we need a Sorcerer Catalyst. I forgot that we can actually use the Briar stuff, which is definitely interesting. Okay, we'll go ahead and put the Flame of Chaos on. Alright, now back to Volcano Manor. There we go, Volcano Manor. Trying to think if our Flame of Frenzy... Because, I mean, I'm pretty certain it just does fire damage, so... Any snakes that we encounter here on in are probably be fire-aligned. We have Lord's Aid for poison curing. For doing close-quarter combat, it'd be best to have our better spear. Actually, these guys might be a bit weak. So let's see. Give the Godskin Peeler a bit of a chance to shine. Ooh, I did not notice how much runes I had gotten. Should probably try and level up first. Okay, I need about 7,000? Which I think if we just take one of the ones that's like 750, 100, 7,500 that is. Here we go. Alright, this might be enough to level. Cool, slowly getting Vigor, Mind, and Endurance all to 30. I do wonder weight-wise how we're dealing. Like, would we be able to equip heavier armor without suffering? Or... Okay, yeah, if we take all the Arsenal Charm, then we are suddenly heavy load, so Arsenal Charm goes back on. It would be nice to actually be able to get rid of it, but it looks like we cannot do it quite yet with our amount of endurance. Here we go. Budding Horn? Which in hindsight, budding horns, are those... I mean, they say by hunting herbivorous beasts, but... Although I actually should probably read all of it. This horn begins to sprout on a beast that typically bears no horn, perhaps a vestige of the primordial crucible. A rarely seen specimen of a young budding horn. The reason for wondering is that we obviously picked it up from a human. So I was kind of wondering if it was like a omen in the making. I don't know why, and I thought that guy was like on a pair of stairs. I didn't realize it was just directly above me. I mean, will the black flames hit? There we go. Probably use a shackle to make sure there's no additional secret passages, given that that's how we found this place. Nomadic Warrior's Cookbook. Depraved Perfumer Carman. Well, first let's see what this gives us. The Alluring Pot. Alright. Don't know what that is. And Depraved Perfumer Carman. Depraved perfumers practice their art for themselves alone. Carman was a notable, formidable perfumer whose strength rivaled that of heroes, and it is said that he was in search of a secret physique of revivification. Trying to think if we fought any depraved perfumers. Oh, can't actually open the door from the other end. Alright. Okay, we already shackled checked, so... It is interesting, though, because this looks like it would be... Although, I do hear flames behind it, so I wonder if that's the fireplace room. Yeah, because this kind of should, like, hug the edge of the main hall. Yeah, I can't destroy those. There's one other door that wasn't open previously, so that's what I'm kind of looking for the entrance to. Yeah, but not seeing it. I do love the ominous music here. Very secret torture dungeon vibes going on. Which, I mean, it's kind of the entire deal here. That guy looks vaguely familiar. Make sure it's not a trap. Did not care. Probably shield and spear. Bloodhound claws. Ooh. Those do seem pretty neat. Large curved claws used by Bloodhound Knights. The curve allows a weapon to slip through an enemy's guard. Skill, Bloodhound Step. Skill that allows a user to become temporarily invisible while dodging at high speed. Moves faster and travels farther than a regular quick step. Oh. So that's what we saw, this guy using. Hoslo... Yeah, Juno Hoslo, because he was doing like a weird, like, quick ninja step thing. So the Bloodhound Step must be an Ash of War that we eventually get. Which, I know what I'm putting on the fisticuffs. Okay, fireproof dried liver. And looks like it's all regular rock. Let's see. Do I still have bestial vitality? Yes, I do. Excellent. Alright, back to the Godskin Peeler. Quick shackle check. Oh, those are chandeliers. I thought it was like a giant portrait of a snake with glowing red eyes. The things you see in the dark sometimes. Lost Grace discovered. So this is the Prison Town Church. So it's a whole town in the volcano? Huh. In my head, the entire place would be underground. But I guess we did see a few structures. Though, nothing like this. Huh. Okay, I'm already seeing a bit of a puzzle here. Or maybe puzzle. Like, it feels like a bridge would get, like, drawn upward out of the lava? Lava? Bleh. Yeah, definitely feel that if we do something and a bridge will raise up there. Oop. You know, I totally forgot that there'd probably be Iron Virgins here. Oh, Godskin Peeler. Just like, I both enjoy it, but also it's like a bit of a liability. Something tells me this is an R-friendly snake lady. There we go. Volcanic stone. I was kinda hoping for. Maybe something a bit cooler. Alright, I hear the jingling. Oh, there it is. Hopefully it'll be the bestial quick step. Thankfully, the peeler is pretty quick. Still a bit sad that it doesn't imbue the weapon with, like, the black flame, similar to the black flame enchantment. Okay, not quite close enough for me to snipe just yet. Yep, and like I figured, can't summon Torrent. Uh-oh. Getting ranged weapons at the ready here. Ah, that felt so close. Let me up. Let me up. I need to get into... Whoop. Alright, there we go. Thought might have been trapped there. But I wonder, can we jump on like this like little stone thing here and then onto that? Nope, we can. I don't know if it's the intended way to get up, but it seems viable. Maybe. If only the previous, like, little wooden strut wasn't jutting outwards there. There we go. Excellent. Uh-oh. The thing's down 5. Who threw that? I mean, thankfully, for whatever reason, it's not connecting. It's just, we have an omen killer over there. No. Well, so much for being ignored. Cool. All's well that ends well. Great Omen Cleaver. Reapply some bestial vitality. Okay, drawstring fire grease. Go to run 6. Like we fell all the way down here, but the question is, how do we get back up? I mean, more jail. Okay, these are regular bodies. Erd Tree Seal. A formless sacred seal, decorated with an Erd Tree crest, once the focus of religion in the lands between. Even though the Elden Ring is shattered, and the Erd Tree has dulled from its former radiance, earnest faith continues to hold the answers. No skill. Okay, so it's a sacred seal, which... that's the same thing as the casting for faith stuff, right? Yep, alright. It requires 40 faith. But I am noticing incant scaling at 147? Okay, I mean, well... I mean, maybe better to compare against other unupgraded ones. 150... I mean, I guess that's like holy damage kind of built into it, but I don't see how this really competes with other types of casting stuff here. Strange. I'm sure there's something I'm missing there. But seeing it didn't have any school kind of made me think it was like a beginner thing where, you know, for people who don't have a lot of faith but want the utility of like certain lower level miracles, but yeah, that's not going to happen at 40 faith. Okay, gate. Go. I was thinking, like, drop down secret. Oh, although I don't know if this would be a secret, but it was a bit hidden. Okay, well, it seems to go into a little cave down below. I do wonder, though, which parts of it maybe go back to where Patches pointed us towards. We're doing on... Okay, we're still pretty good. it's still very interesting of like how this is not the type of dungeon I expected. Really thought it would be kind of like Diablo 1, you know, the like Tristram Church initially, or like Diablo 2, the monastery for the Amazons, like all inside. Ooh, fog door. Whoa! I didn't think they would actually fly downward like that. Ah, that was not nearly as much as I wanted it. Guess we can try Frenzy Flame here. Oh wait, is that a... Okay. I mean, not nearly as much damage as I wanted it to, but a bit more... Oop, no, don't try to find a way out of there. I missed such a very slow-moving target. Oh, didn't expect it to back up like that. Forward. Make sure my legs don't hit the blades. Okay. Trying to do enough to like knock it off kilter. Bistro Vitality. Slap that back on. Oh. Slap that back on. There we go. Swing up, swing down. Ouch. Alright, I think. Just good old Spectral Lance to finish it off. Okay, we're slowly regenerating health. Kind of prefer that over needing to potentially dip into our flasks. Okay, we have plenty of Stone Sword keys. I do like the weird raven snakes. Ooh, dang it. Peek my head in and peek my head back out. Oh boy. Try to work downward here. Alright. I think we just kind of try to snipe it from here. Okay, I was like, I don't know what it landed on, but alright, it landed on a little prison jail cell there. The one downside of the Spectral Lance of how it kind of, like, moves you forward. Okay, so far so good. Oh, you know what? I'm erring on the side of caution here. Phew. Not a fan of those. I wonder if blunt damage may be a bit better. Like, I'm thinking, like, against, like, metal, you'd think most melee things would, like, just bounce off, but... Alright. Bestial Vitality. Oh, down to 3 health flasks. 2 mana flasks. Oh, normal dudes. Cool. I don't know why he tried to grab me, but I don't like that he tried. Two health flasks. Alright, we'll take care of the guys that fell after we grabbed the treasure. What was worth a stone sword key? Crimson Emperor Medallion, which I believe was max health up. Yep, greatly raises maximum HP. Run at him. Alright. And then... yeah, let's make sure that we've kind of passed out the rest of the town here. Take out dog. Ouch. Alright, down to 1 health flask. Fire arrow. How many are there? Oh, 3, okay. Is there any way we could have... Alright. You know what? I think it's time for range advantage here. I see the snake. I see that the snake sees me. You know, it makes sense, but yeah, it seems like basically piercing damage does quite a bit of damage against these guys. And the reason I say it makes sense is that technically that's, you know, the Serpent Slayer that we got with this great spear. That kind of makes sense that you kind of, you know, stab the giant serpent, as it were. Okay, let's try to go claim that treasure that the Snake Man dropped. Okay, yeah, this should be the way. Just gotta make sure there's no other snake men. Just to avoid these guys being a pain in the butt in the future. Ooh, and another treasure for our efforts. Man Serpent Shield. And go to Rune 9. Small copper dome-shaped round shield carried by the man serpents of Mount Gilmere. Said to have been tempered in lava, it boasts great resistance to fire. Oh, there's another snaky boy. Cool, I can actually make the shot. Like, Mr. Snake, I don't see how you get from there to up here. There we go. And for the most part, it seems that the town is cleared out. At least it's part of the town, because obviously there's the other side of the bridge. No additional secrets. Quite a bit. It's kind of taking in the full view of things. Okay. If I had to take a guess, maybe treasure if we go downward? Alright, back up. Not seeing any additional patrols, which is good. Oh yeah, I need to make sure try and get that. Alright, gold rune 5. Alright, back over here. Up. Ah, okay. So we go over here. Then drop. And drop. Smithing stone 5. Alright. There's a courtyard where we fought the guy. Oh. I thought I saw another series of steps, but I guess I did not. And obviously there's a snake man across the bridge. I do wonder if I should drop down or not, though. But in the event there's a grace or something, kind of maybe where this guy is guarding. I really thought it'd be okay to just to poke, but still took damage. And top off on mana. Yeah, how would one get over there? I think I see how, but it's also a path of no return. Okay, first, let's see if not a spot of grace over here. Although, well, no, we should open up the door first. Alright, cannot open from this side, fair enough. I mean, these are steps. Can't tell if that Iron Maiden... It looks like it's totally disposed of. There we go. Living Stone 4. Oh yeah, now that I get better sight of it. Does it even have a head? Ooh. Almost missed out on this. Huh. I don't like the weird heavy footsteps we just heard. Really thought one of the windows would be like open and this would be a way to drop in, but oh, there we go. Although, can I get this treasure? Doesn't look like it. Trying to see if any snake man over here. Yeah, I think if we drop to get that treasure, we're not getting back up easily. This really does seem like a bad idea. Not remotely how I thought that was going to play out. There we go. Alright, cool. And there is a side door. Huh. Why would one want to have dropped in like I did? Alright, beast blood. Didn't hear any secret reveal itself. I feel somewhat bad since I don't seem the most competent of enemies, but I don't know if they're, like, going to transform or something. Alright, agronomic blood clot. Were the guys that were caged Albernackis? No. Maybe? Oh, I guess they are, because yeah, Abernaki blood clot. Or Abanoric. Bit of a jump scare there. You know, these guys are a bit fast, so I want to make sure that if I attack one, a great deal don't come running, but that looks to be the case. We saw these guys in the capital, down in the sewers. Okay. I spotted 3. Alright, go to road 9. So are these like Albernackis that are like mid-transforming with bags on their head or something? Because the bag appears to be part of their flesh. I know the Abernakis seem to be like part tree, so maybe it's a weird in-between form or like demented form, kind of caused by this torture device they're being put through. Yeah, because I see their beard through the weird head. Yeah, you know, it makes sense that they would not care about fire. Alright, another Manserver shield. Quite a few paths here. Making sure no one will sneak up and try to push me off. Alright, explosive grape bolt. Okay, yeah, this is just the room that we circled back to. Also, I can't tell, but I think those things might be explosive barrels. Ooh, here we go. Now this is what I wanted. 31,000 ruins. Alright, guest hall. Alright, what I'd like to do is circle back. We're gonna try doing that drop down real quick. All the way back into town. Yeah, because the big thing about the drop down is I don't see how you'd get back up. That is, if there is actually a cavern down below. I mean, I guess same logic applies. But generally they don't ever force you to teleport out of a place, so it's a good rule of thumb that if you fall down, there's some way that it connects back up. Oh, I almost missed this. It's like Stone 6. Okay, not seeing anything in this so far. Boy, trying to remember also where we came from. I know we came from up here, but was that right outside of the church? Alright, cool, it was. I did check out this, because yeah, okay, that's the bridge. Again, trying to make logic of if there is a cavern down below, how it connects, or whether it just goes back to where we went through all of Patch's stuff. Oop, hello. Alright. Drop. This is gonna be the tricky part. I mean, we're definitely gonna take some fall damage here. Whew. Stone sword key, alright, not bad. Then yeah, this connects back to the same drop down that the other bridge did. Ooh. Okay. One of the dogs I killed somehow glitched its way down into the cavern. Hello, pots. Oh, but I see a big pot. Okay. They were all explosive. Good to know, good to know. Alright, put them back over there, but we want to go back to the Prison Town Church. Ooh, trying to think of the easiest way to get back over there. I guess I should preface, easiest way to get back over there without needing to draw too many attention. Alright, yeah, that's probably a snake man. That's a regular man. Bark, bark, bark. Here we go. Alright. You know, I'll admit, it wasn't until the very end when I was swinging that at the very last second I noticed that it was a yellow seal and not the red seal on them, so it's like, I should have seen it coming. In hindsight, I wonder if I should have, like, lured over the big guy and then detonated them all. Alright, go to Ruin 9. Assuming the little guy saw me. I thought, like, maybe, like, the big guy is, like, training him. I have the high ground. I don't think the limbs are... Oh yeah, I'd probably try to jump. Oh, hello. There we go. Worked out in the end. Smoldering shield. Small shield made upon Mount Gelmir, forged from uncooling lava. Resists frost with its heat, and can even be used to deal fire damage if wielded as a weapon. There we go. We know from before that the lava's not as hot as it looks. It's not like past games that really burnt you down. Ugh. Oh, assuming meat dumpling. Yep. Raw meat dumpling, living jar shard, times 2. Bit curious if there'd be like a secret path here at all. Not seeing one. Should slap on a bestial vitality as we move forward. Okay, I mean, obviously parkour section here. But where would it be taking me? I guess also in theory, if there's any treasure in the lava, given that we know we can pretty briskly run through it. Oh. I'm figuring he came from way up above. Should be okay, just let bestial vitality keep on ticking. Before he starts throwing poison pots at me. Oh, that also worked. A lot more bold in his jumping everywhere than I would have been. I mean, that seems to be the path back. I think. Yeah, man, I guess there's no real getting across this gap. But, I mean, he jumped... Is this doable? Okay. Whew. Yeah, it's definitely tensing up there. I'm just like, feels like I'm just throwing myself in the lava, and for how survivable the lava is, having to trudge through a lot of it. Well, we've done that in one of the dungeons before. It can be fatal. Okay, just small little cliff sides after cliff side. Ah, here we go. Okay, yep, and then you jump back over and it connects back to the courtyard. Okay. Alright, now we can go back to the guest hall. Ooh, quickly correct my posture. Alright. Back to the Frenzy Flame Spear. I'm gonna assume we don't have to fight the Snake Man or the Alert guy again. Oh, there we go. The magma snails. Though I remember them being pretty weak to just throwing a spear at them. Now the question though is, are they going to wear me down with raw numbers of how many spears I need to throw? In hindsight, this entire town, I doubt, was built into the lava. It seems like there's a town here previously that sunk into the lava. But it raises a question then if... Ooh, hello. Target. if Mount Gamer was always a volcano, or just like one day it erupted. I mean, obviously all mountains in general come from shooting lava from down below, but you know, this is Fantasyland. Oop. The fact that there's a snail over there makes me all the more suspicious now. Smoldering butterfly. What are you hiding from me? Okay, I think that's where we fought the magma worm before. Yeah. Gotta turn back on the lantern. Oh. I really thought there'd be a spot of treasure back here for my troubles. I mean, the only thing I can think of is like, can you fall down here naturally? But it doesn't seem that way. Oh, I guess from up there, maybe. Which, if I remember correctly, that's like the windows that we saw with the Snake Man warrior. Could cross over, but I'm not seeing any reason why to do that. I guess in general they figure you don't have to trudge through lava if you don't want to. Put that beast of utility back on. Get the old pike at the ready. Hello, guy who's gonna throw stuff down at me. Again, one of the downsides of Spectral Lance, that arc curve can sometimes make it deceptive of like when you would actually hit. But I mean, if it didn't have any downside, it would just be even all the better. It's already borderline overpowered. Order 9. I mean, we saw treasure from above, so we know we can get up there. And we saw dudes up here previously, so yeah, here we are. It is kind of funny. It's like sinking into the lava with wooden beams. It's like those beams would have long ago burnt away. But again, magic lava. The rules of our reality have no effect here. In theory, my character should have died of asphyxiation because all the oxygen would have been burnt up this close to an active lava flow. That is, not all lava flows. Obviously, some people can like walk up the lava thing with proper protection, but more just this much lava. I'm just like, yeah, you're not breathing well. Okay, cool. So that little stairway does just connect up over here. Ooh. You have no shield, good sir. I will show you the folly of your way. I am highly suspicious of treasure this way. Anything? There we go. Cool. No one was hiding in the shade. I half wondered if I took the proverbial bait, as it were, for an ambush. Alright, Somber Synthetic Stone 6. Yeah, the fact that that slug over there... I know the other slug led me to a dead end, but this is jump overable, so another treasure back here? Yep. Alright, another fireproof dried liver. Okay, nothing over there. Yeah, I'll be curious to see what the proper way to get to Rykard is, given that the area that Tanith put me in, like, that had no entrance or exit, so it was a proper, like, teleport that was performed. I thought maybe it was like a fall down hole, but then when I looked at the ceiling, nothing. Well, well, well. 2 elevators. I mean, one goes towards the giant bridge. Oh. The other goes down? Ah, okay. A giant quarry down there. Alright, well, we'll go up first. Oh, these types of elevators just bring back memories of Bloodborne. I can't tell that guy over there is a fire monk or a god skin killer, slayer, whatever. I mean, once he's dead, we can just examine his body. Well, I think it's a god skin folk. One of the basic, like, mooks, but... Yep. Had the telltale armor of the, like, Cyclops, like, eye and face. So, okay, yet again, the godskin folk are involved. I do wonder if we're going to meet a representative of their faction to at least kind of break down their side of things. Oh yeah, and Summerson thinks they're doing 5. I think that was that I just picked up. Boss arena or not boss arena? That is the question. But first... I'd be surprised this is an actual cutscene. Okay, all the more reason I suspect that it's going to be a boss fight inside that little church thing, because it's like, oh look, a proper run back now from the Spot of Grace. Oh, and look, a gold door over there. Alright, so we're probably dealing with the Godskin folk. Kindred of Rot, Black Knife, or Mimic. Mimic is the most fun. Kindred of Rot is pretty good at kind of pseudo-tanking, and that his like multi-hit thing tends to draw their attention pretty well. Black Knives are also just like feel like the best DPS. Ah, but I can't help but love myself. Godskin Noble. Although, honestly, it seems a lot weaker than the one we fought on the bridge getting to, Ronnie's, like, rune. Or her death rune, I should say. Get enough, we can, yep, there we go, a stagger. Mana. think it would roll that long. Alright, fight seems easy enough, and dang, though I forgot to pick up my runes. Or not pick up my runes. To drink the potion that would stop me from dropping my runes. Alright, where is the, there we are, Prison Town Church. Although I am happy to see these guys, because that means more Godskin, like, stuff. We've already got 2 sets of armor for the Noble and the Apostates. We got a weapon, we have spells, so maybe a new spell. Okay, good. The Godskin Mook is looking the other way. It's a bit risky summoning my slime if the enemy's going to be charging at me during it. Alright. First priority, the runes. Second priority, potion up. Alright, time for roly-poly time. Poor Black Knife, just trying to help. There we go. Spell? Oh, Godskin Stitcher and Noble Presence. Noble Presence. Ancient power, the Godskin nobles thrust out belly with gusto to produce a shockwave that knocks back nearby foes, charging enhanced potency, knocking enemies into the air. Once a sign of the god's wrath, this incantation became a trophy of the noble god's hunt. And Godskin Stitcher, elegant piercing sword with a celadon-colored blade wielded by Godskin nobles. The nobles possess skill with the sword, unmatched by any lowborn. Despite its size, successive attacks from this weapon are swifter than the eye can follow. Impaling thrust. It's a heavy thrusting sword, so it's different than like a rapier? Kinda curious as to what category it got put into. I'd imagine it would be with the rapiers. Ah. So it is its own category. Interesting. Just want to take it for a quick spin here. Oh, that is long. Oh yeah. Oh, there we go. Interesting. And then pop this. I'm a bit curious as to. Oh yeah, actually, that shattering reminds me. We don't need the Mog thing anymore for purifies the Lord of Blood's curse. All right, what other one would we want here? Steadily restores HP. Temporarily boosts max HP. I feel like we'd want something that's like very unique. Enhances charge attacks, makes attacks more likely to break enemy stances. Man, I feel like eliminates all FP consumption. It's still pretty good, because if we're drinking at the start of a fight, to prevent rune loss, then it also means that kind of our summon is free if it's an FP summon. Yeah, we'll put the Cerulean Hidden Tier in there. And then we can't level up quite yet. But I was curious, so was that Noble Presence a spell? Oh, yes, it was. 26 faith. I mean, so far I've been keeping the healing spell around just for those, like, ghost dudes, but we only used it really once. Could be maybe better than the Flames of Frenzy. Oh, then I think about it. Okay, cool. So it's one slot also for Noble Presence. Beast Vitality is pretty good. This is a tough choice here. Although also thinking about it, it's been a long time since we got another Memory Stone. Yeah, though I think swap out Blessing of the Earth Tree. And then, okay, we should pick up this object. Oh, yeah, I should probably. Now think about it. Okay, it's a 7 weight compared to the Godskin Peeler. Okay, 8 and 7. All right. Oh, that's curious. So, what Ashes of War can I apply to this thing? There's a repeating thrust, which would be pretty cool. Okay, though, so we can actually put basically the... This one I thought was only for heavy weapons, but I guess it is a heavy poker. Switch view. Yeah, Eruption. Slam armament into the ground, spawning roiling lava, which spouts up upon release. And being able to do the Thunderbolt. I do like having another weapon that can kind of get swapped out with the Ash of War a bit more. Do I retire the Godskin Peeler for the Godskin Piercer? I'm kind of thinking that. Although, it also does remind me a bit here. One thing I was debating on doing was, because we tend to use the pike mainly for range, like, being able to block with it is pretty nice, but if the enemy's that close, we tend to basically want to swap over to our Vikes War Spear. So I was thinking maybe putting the pike over here, and then we just kind of do that on, like, two-handed range, and then once the enemy gets closer, we kind of swap. So yeah, let's try that. Alright, where are you, pike? Pike. Now there's twin swords again. Clubs, axes. Here we go. Totally forgot I have the Naginata. And then... Alright, where are you? And this does 14 strength and 17 dex. I'm a bit curious how it feels, Yeah, not bad. Oh, elevator, okay. But first, what do we have here? Serpent's Amnion. Amnion from a womb that bore unintended offspring. Amnion from the mother's womb which cradled the poor unwanted offspring of a repellent birthing ritual. It will never dry out, remaining damp indefinitely. Oh, I didn't realize there's a giant snakeskin draped around this throne. I wonder if the Thing of Forgetfulness and this are all connected back to Snake Maiden. But I do wonder where she's gone off to, though. Like, by killing Rykard, did we just kind of end that particular quest line? Contraption does not move. Okay. So that's another shortcut to be opened. Also, now think about it. Quickly putting on the Stitcher here. I want to try out that Eruption Ash of War, see how it's like. We also got basically our other standard stuff down here. Alright, for right now, standard on that. Not bad area of denial. I could see that being good. Although now think about it as well. Ash of War. Okay, we have heavy. Kind of as always, like, is standard more damage than other ones? You know, it's like, don't think we need another fire. Oh yeah, I was kind of curious about this one, which is basically Gravitas. Yeah, it pulls enemies in. Oh yeah, and the lightning one as well. Oh yeah, wrong button. I feel like if the enemy is that close, they're probably going to attack you mid-attack. Feels good to have access to kind of mixing up Ashes of War a bit more. I want to kind of do that more with the Fisticuffs, but the ability to do the quick dodge is very nice for the Fisticuffs there. And those are all the different, like, throwing magic daggers. Yeah, lightning slash. Calls down bolt of lightning into armament, then swing. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think basically Thunderbolt would be better. Chilling Mist. Yeah, twist to build power, then Unleash Ethereal. This one could also be good. The Blood Tax. Could even have the Blood Loss. Oh yeah, Cult was... Oh yeah, raising Arcane Synergy. Poison always good. 127. It's kind of nice seeing the level 1 variant here to kind of like tell things without it being too skewed. Huh. Blood, though, actually increases the FP cost by 10 to 11. Huh. Yeah, so it loses... Boy, math here. 127 plus 31. Roughly, very roughly, 30 damage? If we had a big blood affinity? I mean, I could see that being good. Oh yeah. I forgot. Ashes of War are using a bonfire, but teleportation is not with a bonfire. So, double checking time since I'm definitely taking a bit just like looking at all these new Ashes of War and being like, ooh, what could be done? Ah, yeah, good old Sacred. I do wonder on the range on that. Because I know when we were fighting the dudes, that range was very, very long. But I kind of like, in theory, Blood Tax. Like, Blood Tax could be pretty good. And you know what? Yeah. Blood Godskin Stitcher. What a metal name. Alright, so this is basically Temple of Igle. But real quick, I want to go back to Table of Lost Grace to upgrade this weapon. I figure in lieu of leveling up, we'll basically use the runes for that. But first, I'm assuming it's the regular smithing stones, but let's confirm.
Well, I took you for dead no matter to lay out your own.
Yep, alright, regular smithing stones for this. It's gonna be quite a bit of needing to buy stuff here. It's this way. Get in, you still good? Yeah, he is. A shame I kind of messed up the whole dung eater thing, but oh well. Alright. 12-1. 12-2. 12-3. 12-4. 12-5. 12-6. I'm so glad that unlike some of the other games, you kind of get the ability to buy upgrade materials to a much higher degree than previous games. Because previously, like, it feels like late game you just kind of run out of the ability to upgrade weapons because you've already invested in the ones that you tried.
Back already, no matter.
Alright, strengthen. Bit of a shame there's not strengthen to X level. There we go. 18. I'd be very curious to kind of give it a shot here. Watch it not be that good after I invested all that, but, you know, 90,000 some runes. We make that doing other stuff. Alright, guest hall. There we are. Temple of Egle. Ooh, and now think about it. We can try things out on the mook outside. And obviously there's an elevator, so that's what we probably should be taking. I keep hearing a scarab. Figured to get that one. Yeah. In theory, not a bad way to get some health back. But okay. We tracked down the source of the jingling. So I'm still hoping on finding that beast dodge in Ash of War form for the fisticuffs. That's coming from up above. Alright. Also, a big question is, do we go down to that quarry, or does this elevator take us to the next point? Oh, alright. I thought it would go down. But I wonder if this will lead us to the sound of the jingling, though. Making sure I don't walk into a trap. Alright, cool. We're still good on time. Wanted to kind of give that a glance. We're technically about the hour and a half mark, but as is what's becoming slowly the default, like, we can push a bit more. Hour and a half is basically when I start looking for a proper out, but right now we're still kind of in the middle of it, so go to room 9. And if we're still in the middle of it, it always seems like a good thing to just keep going. Oh. You know, I'm having a hard time believing that the entire point of that scarab was to... Oh, here we go. Oh, wait, no. I'm wondering now. Maybe a secret on the elevator down below? Yeah, this seems like a dead end, although... Alright, we're gonna send it up. Yeah, it really feels like there should be more, and the fact that we heard the jingling really makes me think that there is more. For what this elevator gives us access to. You're like, oh, okay. We jumped down. That's a clue. Just gaining some health back. It is kind of cool that, like, heavy rapier is now a category. I always tried to like the rapier stuff in previous, like, parts of the journey, but none of it was as good as I had kind of wanted it to be. There's smoldering butterfly. It's kind of nice just being able to slowly get health back. Like, we're using FP to do it, but in theory this can kind of replace just, well, to a degree, Beast of Vitality. Like, Beast of Vitality, though, is still good for moments where it's like you're just kind of running into very top-tier enemies one after the other. Kind of like down below, and we're getting to the Three Fingers. Alright, I've had to take a guess. Scarab's probably over here. Oh. No. But that's just the door. Alright, so it looks like Scarab's further up. I am still curious about going down to the stone quarry, though. Oh, actually, is this a dead end? Wait, no, okay. Alright, Furl calling Finger Remedy. Cool. I was suspicious that an enemy might be hiding in the shadow, waiting to punch me in the back. But, yet again, Elden Ring is definitely the kindest of all these. Like, some of the past FromSoft games would have been a lot more dickish with some of their design. Just behind every corner is a rogue and a wolf waiting to start, like, whacking you immediately. And even if you see them, it's like, you can never get a clear view, so... okay, gotta worry about this guy. And in theory, now it's time to test out our, Oh, now think about it. Ouch. Alright, gonna try all fisticuffs here. Oh, Iron Virgins. I wonder if I should have drunk my don't lose runes on death thing there. Though, gotta say though, the fisticuffs actually were doing some pretty decent damage. Alright, back up we go. The only thing with the fisticuffs is that I'm used to using stronger attacks with them these days, but that does leave us slightly animation locked, which is how it kind of grabbed us just then. Although I wonder if the quick step might help, like, animation cancel that. Alright, thankfully we're not too far away. Jump across. Dang it. Alright, stamina back. I think a bit of an issue on that range. Yeah, maybe this is for the best just to play the range game. Could try doing more magic too. Well, no, I imagine that it probably has resistance against Pierce. Because I was like, could try the Stitcher to see how it does with guard block attacks. It's a bit of a shame that all our range stuff is of piercing or kind of slashing damage. Alright, let's run through these guys again. Use me slugs. Alright, back down over here. Yeah, it might just be worth it just to engage in ranged. Okay, here it comes again. I forgot I can follow up with the second one. And then almost have it. There we go. Much easier. Oh, just checking out the basic attack range there. Aha! There it is. It's going to slightly suck. Bumper through Zone 5. Kinda wish it was the Ash of War, but oh well. While we're over here, maybe it's... I just heard a scream. In the game, not in real life. Oh, no, that's fisticuffs. I'm wondering if it's another enemy or an NPC. Ah, NPCs. Or not NPCs, enemies. Hello. Oh. Actually, in hindsight. Guys, don't attack me while I'm doing this. There we go. Because we can basically get crit hits to restore FP, and then we can basically use FP to get health back. Alright. Good to know they do that. Commoner's headband. Donation. There we go. Now the question is, though, like if this leads here, then where did the open window lead from? I assume they connect all the same, but kinda have to double back to double check. Can we crit hit? Yeah! Alright, volcanic stone. Alright, does not open from this side, so... window it is. Thought there might be a bit more here. Now, is this where the... okay, no, I don't think this is where the elevator connected to. Aw, but a whole subterranean area. Ooh. Alright, we can actually explore it without risking progress. Alright, draw strength fire grease. There we are, finally. I'm glad the middle of the room was not a pit, because just running over it blindly like that, I didn't kind of think about it until the last second. Missionary's Cookbook 6. Which gives us access to Holy Proof Dried Liver. Quick shackle check. Alright, not seeing any additional secrets down this way. Nor up over here. Alright, I guess that's it. I'm just looking at those barrels on the other side. Like, why is there a steady stream of, like, platforms to drop down from? Though through the gloom, I'm not really seeing any possible, like, secret passageways. I'm a bit surprised also that no mid-boss so far, because there was one in the Academy of Raylicaria, that giant firewolf. Aha, here we go. I assume this connects. Yep. Alright, shortcut opened. Yep, excellent. Also, we should probably send the elevator back down, just in case secret. But I'm guessing not, because usually secrets aren't for... well, I was gonna say for, like, old-timey elevators like this, but... it totally could be. No, but the rope stretch to it right there. Or the rope. What do they call those things? Thimbles? Strings? I mean, obviously strings, but like... things that you wrap up sewing needle thread around. Boy, you can tell that I do not do any of that. Okay, I think that's a snaky boy. I did like a little enlarged neck pouch thing there. Okay. hearing odd croaking sound this way, but I don't see where slash how it would factor into things. Yeah, okay, that just climbed. No, I don't think parkouring out the window is doable. I was briefly entertaining it. It's like you could kind of like shimmy along the edges of the windows there, but I think that'd be... I think if it is, it's unintended. Probably. Really feels like an area that enemies would drop down from above. Are we back in Volcano Manor proper? Don't mind me. Alright, donate. There we go. Alright, but that big bulbous thing hasn't moved. Man serpent ashes. Let's see. While those guys are just staring at me. Spirit of a deformed man-serpent that wields a whip of magma. It is said that long ago, the elder serpent that dwelled on Mount Gelmir devoured a demigod, and the birth of the man-serpents followed. Oh, actually, and this all, commoner's headband. Headband that holds cloth in place, standard wear for commoners of the lands between. Only, there are no commoners remaining with their wits about them. What is that? Come on. Whoa! Didn't know they could do that. Should have tried fighting him on flatter terrain. Alright, should still be good here to run on back. Wait. Oh yeah, this still works as an avenue to get back. Alright, through here, up here, turn on lantern. We'll have to fight our way through. Oop. Hello. Okay, that's above me. Stone sword key. And like, I don't want to jump too far and jump off the cliff. Oh. Oh, alright. This was here all along. Though in hindsight, how do we... Okay, I think I answered my own question. It's like, how do we safely get back? I'm like, ah, yes. Back out here, and then through the window. Wait, no, wrong window. Ooh. Ooh. Ah, over here. Here we go. Alright. Up, up. By my count, there are 3 serpent men between me and my runes. Maybe 4. Alright, 1 down. And then the big old pouch one. And then the one that's inside the room and seemingly to the left that started attacking us previously. I'm gonna be draining all your guys' blood. Yeah, that kind of balanced itself out, sadly. There we are. Go. Alright, gonna have to take care of these guys relatively safely. Long distance poke. And alright, row of fruit, herba. There we go. Then for whatever this guy is, long range. It's like a snake wizard? Well, he's dead now. Alright, grab this. Gilmere Glintstone Staff. Staff with a forked tip, embed it with the red glintstones, enhances lava sorceries. The man serpents of Mount Gilmere draw from faith in addition to intelligence to enhance the potency of their sorcery. And I saw a fog door over here. Although a regular fog door, so not the boss variety. Oh, a 2 stone sword key one. Stone sword key is lost of use. Huh. Not what I expected, because I also wonder how do I get back. Let's press forward a tiny bit. And then we'll double back, because I want to see if maybe there's a spot of grace a bit further, like, inward here. Oh, I didn't loot this guy's body. Alright, ruined fragment. Oh. Huh. Well, we know that teleports aren't exactly a two-way street, so... Yeah, I think if we're going to take that, we first see where this place goes. And should also slap on a Beast of Vitality in the meantime. Alright. Down, down. Oof. down. Not a fan. Not a fan. Oh, do I try and jump over there? Ah! You. Be quiet. Phew. Alright, Albernac blood clot. I don't know why he'd enjoy his friends, but I'm all the more glad for it. Oh, Seabed Curse. Oh, where does this go? Ooh. It's like, don't mind me in here. Can't remember if these Iron Virgins stagger or not. Come on. Oh. And a back. I'm assuming that this is probably the exit. But the issue is that there are still 2 treasures in that room that I didn't get. I like how the Iron Virgin has now just accepted its fate to die. Alright, one more. Alright, Somber Something's down 7. Oh, not seeing anything else around here. What about the other side of the room, maybe? But there is that room. Still a bit sad that no sign of Snake Lady yet. Ash of War, Royal Knight's Resolve. Royal Knight's Resolve. Skill of the knights who once served the Elden Lord. Hold the flatly armament to your face and pledge your resolve, greatly powering up your next attack. You know, that's not that bad of an idea. Like, kind of buffs up singular your next attack moves. Okay, where does this connect to? Oh, okay. We're in the main hall now. Alright. The reason I go, is that... So yeah, there's no easy way to get back up to the very top, though, where we kind of had to, like, go down from. But there's those treasures up there. So it feels like there has to be a way, right? Trying to see if there's any secret that we're not seeing here. But alright, well, everyone's still dead. Try to run back. And then look at the area that we fell down from, because maybe there was something that we missed. And thankfully we've opened up these series of shortcuts. I feel like I has to be approaching the default way to get to Rykard, though. Alright, run, run, run. Over here. It's a very long walk back. Alright, and then try and... Uh-oh! Uh-oh! That's on me. I was thinking I could just, like, rub my face against the wall until I got to the point where we could, hop into that side room, but that was not the case whatsoever. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what I wasn't seeing in that room. Also, I wonder how safe it is just to run past everybody. Just keep running. Don't look back. They have to get bored eventually. Keep running. Cool. Alright, now what was I not seeing here? I feel like I need the telescope here. So hopefully we're not still being followed. Okay, it looks like that's a doorway over there. I guess in hindsight, no, Take a peek again, but yeah, that kind of like it doesn't connect all the way. I was thinking it's like, okay, maybe there is some sort of other... Aha! Alright, here we are, here we are. And then to the left? Yeah! Now let's just start this out safe. There we go. And then it's an old man wizard. Yes, it is. Feels like I should also probably use a shackle for checking. Okay, we don't see anything. Alright. Treasure number 1. Dagger Talisman. A talisman depicting a dagger and surgeon. Enhances critical hits. The white garb field surgeons come to the aid of friend and foe alike by dealing a final deadly thrust to spare them from the prolonged agony of a mortal wound. A sense of mercy is a catalyst for bloodlust. Alright, and then drop. There we go. Rune Arc, alright. I mean, we already got the better treasure, so it's fine for that to be Rune Arc. Now, as for getting back up, though, you know, that's not really going to be a thing, so we need to go back to... Boy, where is it? Wow, okay. Yeah, so we need to go back to the Temple of Egle. And then same deal as before, we just gotta run past everyone and get to the teleporter. Which, In hindsight, thinking about it, it being a teleporter, I wonder if that does then drop us off the same area that Tanith put us through. But alright. Call back. Glancing at time. Alright, we're still good. Assuming that this leads to Riker. Because essentially we find out the proper way to get to Riker, loot every treasure we can find along the way. We might need to double back to that rock quarry. Actually, nice, I should have been checking all the walls as I was going upward, but oh well. You know, I'm just gonna take care of this guy before he becomes a pain in the butt. Alright, run, run, run. Yeah, actually, stamina first. Cool. Alright, Snake Boy 01, Snake Boy 02. Then Snake Boys 3, 4, and 5 all up in here. Don't mind me. Aha, yep. Right back to Riker. Huh. Which in hindsight, I don't remember this bulbous thing twitching over here. So this is considered the one I found, right? Okay. Hello, Riker.
Oh, you... Allow me some time. Our lord's carcass is vast, and not easily consumed. Dear Rykard, please, find purchase within me. I wish to be your serpent, your family. One day, let us devour the gods together.
You? But, alright, good bit of closure there for her.
Dear Rykard, I wish to one day...
One more time. Alright.
I wish to be one day...
So no new dialogue. It's basically get the initial thing, see if they do a summary of it, and then see if there's anything beyond that. Can I jump up on the corpse? No, I cannot. Do wonder, though, where her daughter is then, though. We didn't come across her at all. Unless she's in the rock quarry. I'm curious if we rest here and then unrest here, will she still be there devouring? Yep, alright. And I assume same dialogue despite resting?
Oh, you. Allow me some time. Our lord's carcass is not easily consumed. Dear Rykard, I wish
okay, there we go. So she did kind of divide up her dialogue into 2 bits there. Alright, then back to the Temple of Egle. Also a bit curious about that balcony that I kind of quickly ran past. Like, there wasn't any area to jump down from there, right? But first, let's go check out that quarry. And then we can start, like, wrapping things up here. Since that should be most of Volcano Manor. Ooh, Black Flame Monk armor. Wow, they got some of that. Black iron, armored, adorned with ashen cloth, attire the Black Flame Monks. The Black Flame Monks, enthralled by the god-slaying Black Flame, became traitors, abandoning their post as guardians. The seduction of a taboo is never easily spurned. That's what I did check over here before. Yeah, I think I did, because I think I looted that body. Alright, go down. And just see what's over here. It might be like a quick dead end with some treasure. volcanic stone. Was wondering if we get his whip, but that might be the same whip that we already have, so. Alright, what treasures do we have down here? Also, yeah, in hindsight, that, Black Flame dude was the mini-boss. Still don't know the connection, but if their mooks are called Black Flame... Hello. Black Flame. Expect random magma worm here. Heal mana. Oh. I stopped blocking due to walking into the magma. Oh, oh. Excellent. Can't really pursue it that well into the magma. Get him, Bug Boy. Dragon Heart, yay! Oh, Bug Boy, every time you always impress. But okay, that wasn't the end of this little area here. What do we have way over there? And technically right here. Also, in hindsight, it's been a while since we've devoured more Dragon Hearts to learn more dragon abilities. Alright, so next down 7. Seeing anything else. Okay, and then... So this is back up to the ramp? Or are we still down below? Okay, I think we're still down below. But why here? It's like, where is this taking me? Aha, here we go, okay. Snake Boy is still dead. Yep, alright, cool. So, okay, so that little avenue explored. Hello, mister. You know, I don't know why I bothered to try and kill him. That was definitely a lot of risk with very little to essentially zero reward. And now I'm still in combat. Alright. Just one last thing that I want to take a look at. So back at the Temple of Egle, we're going to go back to that balcony that we teleported quickly over to get to Rykard. And I want to see if the balcony has any jump-off thing. And again, no sign of a snake daughter. Maybe she shows up after Tanith is, in theory, done eating the corpse. I say in theory, because Tanith might be sitting there eating, but... You know, based on how big Rykard was, she's devoured quite a bit of the corpse, so, you know, she's making progress. Alright, back up. And yeah, if we can basically deplete everything today, that means next time, I think it's time to check back into the Three Fingers since we encountered Shibiri. See if that doesn't kind of give us a bit more of the permissions, as it were, to, like, get inside that sealed door in the Flame Frenzy Precipice. And we can also see if Finger Maiden had gotten there or not. Although she's not, we might take a quick look around for her at maybe some other churches along the way. Alright, run past this guy, run past this guy. Okay, so they do both kind of like give up. You don't see me. Excellent. No need to fight. No need to risk death. Okay, but all this is looking like just magma fall here. Yep, still magma. Still magma, and I doubt I can jump over to the roof from here, right? Yep. Alright, so I think we've explored essentially all of Volcano Manor. I can't think of a single part that we saw that we weren't able to eventually get access to. A shame that no teleport Ashes of War yet. Really thought we would get that since we got the Beast Claws themselves. Yeah, the Road of Anguish lives inside the building. That's like the little town. That's the bridge we crossed over. That's the prison town. The main bridge. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there was anything that we saw that we didn't get to, but I don't believe so. Oh, actually, there was one thing. Yeah, let's quickly check that. Though I kind of wonder if it's just not gettable from this angle. And that was that body we saw dangling over the balcony over here. The better question is there any way to actually get up above again properly? No one here, Snake. Just patrol back. Leave your back exposed. Oh yeah, lantern on. I'm trying to recall if there's any other snakes along the way here, because I vaguely recall there being one more snake. will say I am enjoying my new weapon more than the previous ones. Oh, I thought there was 2 of those guys before. Don't give my location away, screaming hanging men. There we go. Volcanic stone. Go back over here to the ladder. Yeah, I'm taking a peek to see if there's any avenues we couldn't take. We know we've gone down there from below. Yeah, so how would you get over there? Especially without torrent. It might be better to kind of like look at it head on here. Alright, there's a door there. Okay, so we're looking at... I want to say it's like this L shape here? So you'd think it would connect over from... I'm not seeing a jumpable way that direction. I feel like I should also probably try and take out that snake guy there. Wait, we know we go in the building. Ah, wait, okay. I think I might realize a path. Hello, goodbye. Hello, goodbye. Okay, maybe I'm wrong, because I was just like, it should be above here. I'm gonna quiet these guys. Yeah. Alright, anyone else want to join the screaming? I'm not gonna trust this guy to be quiet, and he might be hiding another secret. In hindsight, surprised that the snake guy didn't come running. But okay, so it's like... I mean, it's the same building, but then why is there like a lowered arc roof? Because this roof should just be like an actual room up above. Which makes me wonder if there's like a ladder or, you know, some sort of secret elevator. Oh! Okay. Second floor over there for the door. Alright, gonna continue taking out a few guys here to buy ourselves some breathing room exploring. And do the shackle check in case we're being thwarted by an illusion door. Okay, we're looking for a way to get up to the second floor. Like, second floor in one direction, basement sub 1 in the other direction. Huh, okay. It leads outside. Try not to jump over. Aha, okay. I think I have it. It's probably a drop down from the roofs up above, or even the balcony, to get onto the balcony and then get inside to that floor, which then probably goes over there, ladder up, treasure. Watch me go through all of this. It's gonna be like, here's a liver. Fireproof dried liver. Yay. But the fact they're making one work for this, I'm like, okay, there's some. Oh, I forgot I didn't kill you. Okay, so we need to get up to the roof. I can climb. I know how to climb. Alright, up on the roof. Go over. Here we are. Try to make this as safe as possible, in case any fall damage. Whew. Abernathy staff? Ooh, and mask. Why is the Omen Killer killing Abernathy's? I figured kill him in case he dropped anything special. Great Omen Killer Cleaver, which I think, again, we already had one because it doesn't show up as like a new thing. Oh. Okay, I assume that's just the hall that's down below. Alright, but that's already 2 treasures that kind of make it worth the while of finding this. But what's the one up above? And looking for any sort of, like, side passages as we climb upward. Here we are. Gold Rune 10. Okay, so yeah, the true treasure was definitely the Abernathy staff and the mask. Which looks like that. Take a look at that. Abernathy staff, short staff with the blue glintstone embedded, wielded by the Abernathy's of old, or the Abernacks of old. The Abernacks harbor a secret. They cast sorcery using their innate arcaneness. Oh. Interesting. So yeah, basically it like relies more on arcane than anything else. Like I see attribute scaling on that, and basically it requires 12 arcane to use more than other stuff. Interesting. And then Abernack Mask. Mask made from the largely unaltered hide of a young Abernack. Raises arcane, but reduces the HP recovery effects of the Flask of Crimson Tears. A far cry from Godskin, this Abernack hide mask is a product of malicious mockery. Interesting. Why is it even being compared at all to Godskin? Like, I mean, it's the same white kind of pale thing. So are the Abernacks baby gods? Huh. I mean, maybe not, but, you know, it raises some questions there. And alright, so we are essentially all done with Volcano Manor. Let's go back to the main hall, where we'll kind of call it here. Mainly heading back to the main hall, just in case Snake Maid re-showed back up, but I had the feeling that she'll have not. Like, we did get that Forgetful Potion, and we did get that, like, weird womb thing. That door doesn't open, but we do know where it connects to, though, so I don't think we need to solve that. Yeah, not seeing her anywhere still. So I guess maybe we probably missed a part of her story, and her story is just done with her having gone somewhere. A bit boo to that, but, you know, it is what it is. Actually, you know what? I'm kind of curious about one thing here real quick. One thing we never did, all the different times that we've come here. We never killed the big guy outside. Can I summon ashes to help me? I cannot. it's a giant. I thought it was like a beast clergyman. Ooh. I didn't even notice the marionette folk here. What? Why does he have frenzy? I mean, I have to kill him now in case he gives additional frenzy stuff. Let him get it all out there. Okay, he didn't drop anything. But in the same way, what was a Godskin, like, noble or whatever doing in Volcano Manor? Why was a frenzied giant in front of Volcano Manor? Huh. Very intriguing. But alright, we definitely need to wrap things up here. One thing I want to do, though, I'm just going to use a Spot of Grace. We're going to stand back up. I just want to see if the giant respawned. It's looking like he has, but the main thing is that depending if he did or not, it would kind of determine whether maybe kind of looking a bit more outside. Because I kind of wonder if there's other frenzied beasts kind of on the road leading to Volcano Manor. But don't see any, so... Alright. Let's go ahead and call things here, and yeah, overall, Volcano Manor pillaged. Like, don't think there's anything we missed. I mean, it's really the only thing that we missed was that there was no follow-up for Snake Girl made. Which is definitely a bit of a bummer, but I'm kind of also used to it from these games. It's like, it's just how it goes. Oh, can I not get back down? There we go. And yeah, so next time, we will see about pledging our allegiance to the Three Fingers, which might involve a bit more story stuff there. And then from there, I'm thinking we go back into the DLC. I think it's time to basically try and tackle all that. We know that has a separate scaling system, so we're going to have to do some... I don't want to say leveling, per se, but like in the DLC, we need to find more of those special gonkity-wonkity seeds that are part of its own little Erd tree thing, or maybe it's part of its own McQuella tree, or something like that. There's plot we don't quite fully get, and I feel like the other half of the plot is up north, which most people probably already did before the DLC came out, so they already have that. We don't. So there's going to be a bit of a mystery with some of the DLC bits, but I am kind of intrigued on what type of weapons and new things we can find there, and then bring that into the very finale of the game. So, and that is why basically kind of going to do the Three Fingers thing now, see if we get new toys from them, and then if we can get any new toys from them, use them in the DLC, use the new DLC toys at the end game, going up north. I assume at some point we're going to the Flying City in the sky, which, if we're not, I'm going to be very shocked. I guess in hindsight, also, a bit shocked we haven't gone back to Dragonboro. I feel like there's some sort of mystery there with that giant dragon. So now that we're more powerful, I wonder if we should kind of go back at some point and check that out. But if anything, that would be after the DLC, I think. So, that's currently the rough tentative plan there. So, alright. All that, and more, next time. So, until then, later.